please check out our shirt on Teespring.
Hey folks, we're at the old cemetery in Sacramento, California, and we're going to explore this place, look at old cemeteries. There's a Civil War cemetery. The entrance right here is one of the founders of the cemetery, John Sr., donated this land around 1849. Memorial, a little history about this guy, and later on we're going to put more history about this place. So we're going to check this place, check it out, see what's up, and maybe get kicked out, who knows, by security. Also right here is a memorial of the 17 doctors who died while caring for victims of the 1950s current division in Sacramento. A little plaque for you.
This is a memorial to the firefighters of the early days of old Sacramento. Back in the days when it was just canvas tents and dirt streets. It's dedicated to a man named George King, who was a firefighter. This bell is freaking awesome.
But it didn't say no touching, so it's okay. Just, you know, I think you woke up the dead. Okay. So after Dan gave a little speech right there, we're gonna take a look at this place. If I can get into it, I think they closed it off for visitors. Yeah, they did that. They did a good job of it. Bastards. Yeah, they already did this. No, they don't want anybody visiting. So asked me if I could do this. For a fire, it's like some military things on too, I see. So we're gonna carry on and hope Dan loses shyness. This is a very good size cemetery. It's almost like 40 acres.
Really?
Around that. I don't see no girl chasing us or anything. No ghost dog. So Dan, you believe in ghosts?
I do.
Has they ever touched you inappropriate?
No.
Not yet?
No.
Okay. Ever seen that Ghostbusters? The guy had a fantasy with the ghost going to his bed.
Yeah, that's what I remember. That's what I remember of ghosts. They were sexy.
So this is Dan's first video. And his brother. Smile. I'll make you famous.
We're working on it.
Trying to. So when you go to cemeteries, be respectful. There's do show out. I try not to fail families doing their thing, because some things, you know, should be private.
The good thing about this cemetery is there's not so many new guests showing up. It's pretty much about preserving the old.
I'm very sure most of the family members are in the ground around here. They used to come visit them. Actually, a lot of people come to the cemeteries to read books and relax.
This is a beautiful grounds, James. This is the first time I've ever been out here.
This kind of nearest.
Yes. What do we got over here?
This is one of the newest. This is one of the newest ones right here.
Oh, 2011.
Yeah. Lovely mother and grandmother.
Aww.
But people use these pollard. These steal people's stuff around here.
Oh, really?
Because they put the stuff for melting down, make money.
And here's a memorial brought by the Grand Army of the Republic, which is a group that used to go around California and put up memorials for Civil War veterans. This memorial is dedicated to the soldiers that were lost in the Civil War. On the north side, there's a picture of Ulysses S. Grant, who was our president, who helped us win the Civil War, who led us to win the Civil War.
Okay. So as we're walking around, but it's mostly Civil War veterans. I don't see people serve in the Spanish-American War. But it's mostly Civil War veterans. They didn't die, but they came here to live a better life or during the gold rush during this time. As a walk to the valley of death, I fear no evil. Sauer Gusen. 1850 to 1939. Some of these folks did a really good long life. Mostly people lived until 63, I noticed. That's very much. But most of the people show up during the gold rush. Later on became the state capital. We got like a flag. Jacob born. Native Pennsylvania. Jacob Witter. From 1824 to... They didn't live that long. 1829? Or something? Or 1872. I can't really see that as 7 or 2. Maybe a 2, maybe. Who knows? On TikTok, there's a lady that actually goes to graveyards near East Coast, goes around cleaning the people's ram cemeteries, but she does get the commission from the family to do so. So then, what are you reading there?
This is the placard for Kate B. She lived 26 years, 5 months, and 20 days. She must have been really loved.
Mm-hmm.
Died in 1879.
And then you got the Oddfellows symbol right across right there. I know that symbol.
What is it?
Oddfellows? Yeah, the three rings. You know why I get the name the Oddfellows? Because people said they're odd, so they kept the name.
This was John Metzger. He died November of 1880. He was 47 years, 2 months, and 1 day.
He's like my age.
A native of Germany.
Native Germany.
Another immigrant.
Another grip. Tried to live a better life. And you got a bunch of baby graves right here.
California.
Did I tell you my funny grave story? I was at a grave in Saratoga. These 2 German women came up to me, asked me where the baby graves are.
Oh man.
It's like, oh yes I do.
Damn, bro.
They're like, every time you see sheep like that, it's more like a young child or a baby. That's 18 years. Well, that one lived for 18 years. That one next to it is 2 years, 8 months. But every time you see sheep and like or a weeping angel.
Yeah.
That's mostly
Lambs. Yeah. James is too busy working the camera right now, but I'm going to read this plaque to you. In 1854, Sacramento was prospering in spite of floods, fires, and epidemics. German-born citizens and men of German ancestry decided to organize a turn veer in, as was the custom in their homeland. They circulated a proclamation and assembled on June 2nd, 1854 to establish the Sacramento turn veer in.
Hmm. So you like members of it, or is just a different area for this, or?
The members of the Sacramento turn veer in are proud of the contributions of German ancestry have made to Sacramento and all of the community. Rue I'm Frieden. The property was purchased in 1859, where this was set up by the turn veer in that same year. Many memorial events, including gymnastic tournaments and singing festivals, were held. The present turn veer in hall was built in 1925.
So sometimes you go to these cemeteries, have these benches are designated to family members or stuff right here. But then Johnson, love is in the bridge between life and death. Remember, love between the bridge, man.
It is.
Remember that. So we're gonna check this right here. I found this. What's this? Camp London. Camp number 6. Well, like Cuba, U.S. Is like this maybe a Spanish American thing, or number 6. Puerto Rico, then get it to the Legend Post 61. Don't know who the Legend 60 numbers back. I don't know anything about that. I gotta look it up myself later on in the videos.
Find out who Henry Clay was.
Yeah.
A native of the Azores Islands. Azores. Not the Azores.
Azores.
The Azores. November 1878. 55 years old, Mr. Clay.
Yeah, I hope I live longer than that. That's my goal in life. Live longer than that.
Longer than Mr. Clay. Here's a good spot. This is a plaque dedicated to Jane Norris. She was a woman back when the Civil War ended. When the news had come that General Lee had signed the surrender, when the wire hit California, the people who were building the state capitol were out to lunch. She ran over there and she ran up to the top of the building, and she was the first person to raise the flag, the United States flag, in California after the Civil War. And she left a note for the people who were working there saying that since they were too busy at lunch, that she was going to do them a favor. She kept that secret with her whole life. Everyone always wondered who it was that did that and left that note. Her daughter ended up telling the truth about her after she had died. 1832, she was born 1899.
So as you're walking over here, there's mostly World War I, World War II veterans. But it was amazing some of these live a long life, some don't. I think it's kind of funny they all died around March. These two right here died almost the same time. So a lot of times they're buried, their ballast is buried next to them after serving. But I never see plaques like this for veterans before. World War I, 1873 to. We just got to live a good long life right there. 1847. So right here is mostly World War I, World War II. Downtown, the Capitol has the veterans memorial. You go check Sacramento Capitol sometime. So right here, I finally found Spanish-American War, SPA, or right there.
California.
You got Cook, General, served into it.
Whole line of it,
World War I, veteran, corporal, cleaner, in bit, 3 Division, World War II, Ohio, field, entered it, 37 Division, Texas Cook, U.S. Army. A lot of cooks here. Private, U.S. Marine Corps. U.S. Guards, 43. That's kind of interesting right there. Right ahead, that little red building. Mm-hmm. You know, Private Coral. Representative the U.S. Volunteer Internet Spanish-American War right here. SB or Pennsylvania for World War I. I don't know what DH means. Spanish American, I don't know. World War I. So it's amazing. Most of the people that served during World War I died in the 40s.
They were veterans like for a long time.
Yeah, I noticed that they all died in like similar years.
Yes.
It's kind of weird. Gracewood lives.
I guess it's just as they went out, they buried them here.
I guess, yeah.
One after the other.
Infant Division, 41 Division, World War II.
Died 1891, 34 years old. Gone but not forgotten.
To me, that's an interesting crypt right there. I've never seen anything like that before. The Gooden It looks kind of fake in a way, but
not the greatest material.
they did his job. Do you see any ears in there, or? Private? Whoever shows up. So that's your portrait here and more. Okay. Check this place out. Got Ohio. Cook. A lot of cooks. I know there's a lot of cooks here. Privates. More private. Natural. U.S. Marine.
Full of veterans and immigrants, brother.
I know. They're taking our jobs. It's a joke. In more areas. So what did that say over there, Dan?
Yeah, it's their job the whole time. Mr. Donkey.
Donkey?
The German cat. Damke.
Okay.
Damke Shane.
Donkey Shane.
Died July 9th of 1900 at 65 years. So he was born in 45. He had a huge buckle of wings. Gone but not forgotten.
And these people are gone and forgotten.
Those guys are forgotten.
There's like a summer entry at the more Midland area. I guess all the bedrooms are like scattered in different areas. So Dan, how often do you do a graveyard yourself? Your first.
How would I design it?
How often do you go graveyards?
Not often.
Just with me?
Just when someone. No, I've been to a couple lately.
For family or friends or just?
Yeah, family. I always go back to see them when I go to Bakersfield.
Okay.
Yeah. My moms are there.
That's where where hope and dreams die. Bakersfield. I never heard anything good thing about Bakersfield. I'm sorry.
Soon.
I want to go to a baseball game.
Yeah. A
Near,
lot of bad stuff comes out of there.
there's like Civil War
You know, the
tombstone.
number one export is paint.
Yeah. There's like more Civil War, I guess. Spanish and
Oh, this is beautiful here.
I think it's more Spanish.
Yeah, more Spanish American War. What year was the Spanish American War?
1885, around 1880, around there.
Okay.
It was created because they blamed United States blamed the ship, the U.S. Navy, and blow it up off of Cuba.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah. So we got you know that they were gonna make Cuba into a slave state, and instead they gave them independence. But we took the Philippines, Guam.
This is a good one. Here's the USS Maine right here.
Oh yeah, can as
Right in
talk.
Havana Harbor.
Okay. We found a plaque for the U.S. Maine.
Oh, I'm sorry, brother. I didn't mean to-
Oh no, I thought you were gonna read.
I was.
Okay, read. Chop chop.
There's a plaque dedicated to the USS Maine, which started the Spanish-American War. It was destroyed in the harbor in Havana. We're talking February 15th, 1898.
I was like 15 years off.
Yeah.
1898. I was saying 1880, 85.
You were spot on, though. I mean,
But have you noticed most of our wars are created by sneak attacks or these kind of things, like the
something.
Revolutionary War, kind of similar.
It's a setup.
The Boston Massacre,
Yeah.
Vietnam, World War II, World War One, all these wars.
It's a setup. It's a setup every time.
Oh yeah, we can.
When one country takes out another country's fort, they have to defend it.
Mm-hmm.
They have to defend it.
Okay.
Hey James, check this out.
I was looking at that.
Look at Molly Johnson.
Molly Johnson at the weekend.
Yeah.
I don't see too many weekend symbols.
I don't
This is
know.
like the second one I've seen. One was near Chico,
Yeah.
off little Dorothy Chico.
Look at a Wiccan right next to a Gideon.
Gideon. Interesting.
A Mason and
And they're related. Let's say they're related. Molly and Johnson are related.
See, they had some free thinking. That's where we come from.
Well, they were kind of big thinkers. I mean, they kind of designed the DC, Washington DC.
Yeah.
Well, I guess some families did come visit over here. Let's check over here.
Beautiful thing about the
This choice. I guess some family members do come show up this place.
Laid to rest.
Wait, go.
Here's another immigrant who's buried out here. Wong Soo Ong. He was born in 1912. He died in 1963.
You know, maybe it helped build this country. The railroads, the tunnels,
He saw the times change.
He did. Look how he lived. You know, he sees his own eyes.
Yeah.
He wants to see the space age. Was 18?
Yeah. 1963, he did see
You see the space age. Went from wagons to like space in his lifetime.
1912, man. Amazing.
I always wonder, every time I go to a grave and I see someone live long years, I just think about the stuff they saw. And some of these people saw the wagons.
You know, it all led up to here, James.
Mm-hmm. But I'm pretty sure he's helped build this country.
Absolutely. Ever tell you my brother's a veteran?
No.
He won't talk about it much, but
No, they don't.
good guy.
Well, that baby homie sparkler. That's unusual. Lived
Baby
for 2
Homer Sprinkle.
Sprinkler.
Oh, 2 months.
2 months.
Just long enough to feel the bliss.
There's
Baby Homer.
a tombstone in Washington. I'm trying to check it out. It's called Baby Monster. It's actually a real grave.
Dang, someone called it that?
Yeah. This kind of look quiet area. We're going to check this area out pretty soon.
There's a Howell.
Howell? Where did that person live?
He's a U.S. Marine. World War II, 1917 to 1947.
Pretty sure it was not related to him.
He
Good.
didn't make it too long after the war.
No. Well, a lot of times they get killed trying to leave the country. Accidents and stupidity happen.
Yeah.
Private 328 Infantry, 82 Division. I'm going to check a bunch of veterans. We're going to check that area right there. Where's I'm walking backwards. There could be room for more over here. Go.
There's a spot out here where they relocated the new Helvetia Cemetery. There's a spot downtown where Sutter Fort is now, where they used to bury the people who built Sacramento up until that point. Those grounds weren't taken care of very well, and they ended up moved over here. There's finally a list of the people here, but who knows, there could be more buried downtown under the school that was built over the old cemetery. Now I get it.
Also, it could be by still at the school.
Yeah, it could be right in the middle of the street.
Also, they found a body a couple years ago near the Sutter Ford that they recognized who it was, and they reburied him somewhere in the Sutter Ford. That was a rumor.
Hey, let me turn that camera around on you, James.
No, I'm good.
No.
I don't want to be
You
sure.
You should, because you're actually good at this.
So every approach here during Memorial Day, they all have a little stands and stuff like that, flags. You know, because most of this area for the troops right here.
This is a beautiful yard right here.
I don't see.
We walked
Yeah.
through, and besides California, there's veterans from every state and every province. Puerto Rico, some guys even from like Quebec. You know, it's like this is a beautiful yard full of people that served this country. This is pretty amazing. I'm really finding a new respect for these sorts of places. And thanks for bringing me out here, James.
Okay. Look at cut. So Dan, what do you see over there?
John G. over here died 1880 at 33 years. He's a native of New Orleans.
There's like a Navy guy. I see old fellows in Navy.
That's right. Here's a anchor over here. Probably my favorite stone yet. Look over here, it's like a pagoda situation. Oh, I believe that is a cross. Member of the HSC.
Cool. It's like somebody used this area for a shower.
Sorry, bro. I'm doing urine town.
You're in town.
I'm in urine town right now.
Okay. It's kind of your usual brick area of the cemetery.
Thinking about making pigs in a blanket for dinner.
Okay. Pretty cool.
What were you saying though, Jay?
It was like when you took a shower right there. The soap and next to the. This kind of unique area right here. There's a chapel right there, kind of small, built 1993. You walk around. Native New York. Mirror. Christian Wizard, 1840 to 1888. Amazing little cap. I guess that's the news section right over there. (1863 to 1936). Just missed the war, my friend. Mother and gutter. Bunch of gutter, gutter or something. There's like a Japanese or Chinese grave right here. Locally. Local. Wong Soo Ong died in 1944, 7 years old. Jesus said, "I am the rising evolution of life," and he believes. There's more different section. They kind of tell you the location. Sometimes the location things are wrong by the fine. Oh, this is good right here. All right, check that one right there. There we go. Husband Louis played 1880 to 1960. Wife, son, oh, filling right there. Father. Check this one, says. Born August 17? Oh, it's like one of those graves so far. Yeah, born August 1797, died in August 1950. Huh. Like a Rotary. Sacramento chapter of the Rotary. One of the family, Alexander Hamilton. Huh. This trip, I gotta look up his history. family members of, yeah. Got one of Near's graves right here. Like a family, I think they redid their graves. Their hymns. Got most family graves right here.
Here's a plaque with the face of Alexander Hamilton. We know Hamilton's buried in New York, but this plaque is dedicated to his son Stephen, who was born in New York and ended up out here, came out here during the gold rush, 1849. That was a bad move for him. On a business trip through Sacramento, he died of cholera, what was believed to be cholera, right here in Sacramento. He was buried 3 other times. Excuse me. He was buried twice. Excuse me.
Mr. Oregon?
You're gonna have to cut that up. Yep, good.
Okay.
This is the plaque that's dedicated to Stephen Hamilton. He's the son of an immigrant we all know and love, Alexander Hamilton and Elizabeth Schuyler. He's the youngest son of the Hamilton family that we all know and love. He was born in New York, came out to California during the gold rush, had a political career and an army career in between, made his rank up all the way up to colonel. He died in 1850, 1 year after he came out from the Midwest. Somewhere around here, maybe Vacaville, one of these outside towns. He was buried. They had to move him. He was buried again, and they had moved him one more time. And this is his final resting place here. Stephen Hamilton, 1988. 1888.
All right. And then one last one. So right here is the memorial of the Sacramento Pioneers, founded January 24 of 1854. The memorial members of the people who are here. And over here is the plaque where the people are buried. It's the Pioneer Cemetery Grove. So it was founded in 1854. And here are the different plaques of different people are buried over here. So Denny, what do you think? Want to take the bear? Want the bear? So who's this John? W.M. Johnson. Who's this young person? It's like a family plot too.
He's very well off. Look at his whole family around him. 1905.
M. Johnson.
1905. They both went out the same year.
Gotta go. So it's like
70 and 72 years, bro. They went right after each other.
So this is like more of the pioneer section of the grave.
1905, James.
Got family members, but there's all first names like a Frank, Maddie, William, Johnsons. Just make it short. Yeah. But there's no date of birth or anything. They really went like low budget on it.
Harriet Ettinger in there too somewhere in 1928, 1894. 30-something. And here we have the final resting place of General Albert Maverick. He was born in West Virginia in 1810. He was one of the first guys in an order that was called Sons of the American Revolution. So he had a taste for fraternal brotherhoods real young. He came out here to California. He became a native California, or he formed a group called the Native Sons. The Native Sons of the Golden West. And he was also a Freemason. He organized the Odd Fellows chapter here in Sacramento. He helped organize that in the early days. He was a politician that was really into fraternal orders of that kind, and he was really into his own religious situation. He was into friendship, loyalty, and charity.
Okay. I cut. I remember what Hawking was. I think they built this thing for him, for people to go to his thing easily, or what do you think? Think it was part of the whole thing? What do you think? Some rich guy?
Yeah, definitely. Fully loaded. Look at those palm trees in just the right place.
Well, you know, actually, the ones that made money during the gold rush were the ones that were selling the tools.
Yeah.
This guy actually made money having women, have guys look at women's boots.
Yeah, Hamilton came out here and set up a store.
Mm-hmm.
Hamilton came out here and he actually came out here to set up a store out there, and on his way through Sacramento.
I think, look at the size of that thing. It must be weigh at least 15 tons or more.
That's going to be there for a while.
That'll survive the next, World War III.
Yeah, that's going to be there for a while.
Actually, there's.
The only thing I see wiping that out is a glacier.
I can see that. That'll be a couple million years.
Yep.
Next ice age.
Yep.
Well, during the Revolution, we had the mini ice age that wiped out the Vikings.
Isn't that amazing? The Vikings?
Yeah, mini ice
During
age.
the Revolution?
No, the mini ice age wiped out, destroyed the Vikings, but
Yeah.
it lasted all the way to the American Revolution. The Dare War.
I don't know those years over there.
Okay, we got a placard here. Let's see what it says. Who's this Hawkins?
Mark Hopkins. Is he related to John's? Oh, here we go. Mark Hopkins monument. Oh, wow. You ready?
Oh, you can't read the whole thing. Just the first.
Construction, I'll read it out loud, brother. Construction began on this splendid mausoleum in 1878 when the then very wealthy Mary Hopkins wished to provide a suitable resting place for her recently deceased husband, Mark Hopkins. The mausoleum was completed in 1880 at a cost of around $80,000.
Imagine that today's price. That's like $3 or $4 million.
Yeah. In the 1850s, Hopkins had operated first a grocery store and then a hardware store in Sacramento. He became a founding partner of the Central Pacific Railroad, a visionary undertaking to build the first crossing of the continent by rail. One of the legendary Big Four, he served as treasurer of the Central Pacific throughout its expansion until his death at 65 in 1878. Took a year and a half to build this thing.
It'll survive.
With construction workers working around the clock.
Wow.
There are over 350 tons of rock. Rocky Mountain red granite. Came from a quarry point right up in the mountains there. Oh no, it came from the Rocky Mountains. The gray granite came from a quarry near Donner Lake. Wow, this is a lot of good granite. This is a beautiful place.
Okay, cut. Maybe I was about to die. This one. Okay, that's good enough.
Here's another Alexander we found. Dr. Alexander Nixon. Born 1820. Laid to rest in 1889. He was a doctor. Came out from Ohio. He helped form the Republican Party in Sacramento. He went back, he came out here to mine for gold in 1849. Then he went back out to Ohio. Then he came back out here and ended up in politics. He was a doctor, he was president of the California Medical Association. And I find it interesting that he was also the commissioner of lunacy for 25 years. He created the board of trustees for the Unitarian Society of Sacramento. This was an early psychologist.
And we're having mental hospitals around here, maybe, or one earlier
Hey, this is
dealing with insanity or mental health back in the day.
definitely the first steps of mental health in Sacramento. Just remember him for sure, James. I really appreciate this guy.
Okay, cut. Finally found out something when the visitor family. Thanks for Judy. I got Snickers, got a bunch of stuff, candy skulls. You go to Day of the Dead in Old Sacramento. That's coming up pretty soon. Who was that, David? Must be somebody, a painter?
David Rodriguez, yeah, he looked like an artist.
Okay. It's like the bear.
Smokey the Bear, huh? I was just thinking of him a while ago.
It's like creative, I think. But that grave's seen better days right there, the cross.
Missed it.
No, right there. You can't miss it. It's right there. You can't miss it and walk by you did.
Can't miss that one.
God, that's my earlier percentage.
That's a homemade situation.
Is it a name or?
Oh wow, look at that.
1888? That's like the third oldest grave we found so far.
That might be 1788.
So our section. Yeah. Pretty sure you go to a find a grave website. You'll find it. So who's the wife of? What is he there, Dan? Tell the world. Say it loud. Let's hear your speech.
This is E.B. Crocker's final resting spot. His entire art collection was donated to the city of Sacramento when he died in 1885. His wife was a philanthropist with his money. He made some of the finest art west of the Mississippi. They were Protestant. They supported the early orphan asylums here in Sacramento. They founded the Marguerite Home for aged and homeless women in 1884. Many other women's societies and many other charities.
So ever notice they ever talk about in your history book what the women did around that time? Always talk about the men.
Yeah, we're talking 1822 to 1901. We're talking well before suffrage. Long before suffrage.
But they never talk about the women. They always talk about the men fighting the natives.
This lady was well known around Sacramento as Lady Bounty.
Bounty.
Yeah. Good woman.
And they could come and visit her.
Stand by your man.
Stand by your man.
Good to go.
I gotta have not telling people I'm doing next, and
Yeah.
I gotta charge my phone. It's dead. Too much porn.
Too much boom boom.
Too much porn.
You need boom boom somehow, James.
I know, it's kind of sad, but this is.
It is.
Some reason this video became not child friendly.
Yeah, that's.
So
We must edit that one out.
I would keep it. It's funny. Well, that's kind of cool right there. That's kind of cool. I've never seen that one before. It's all broken down, but gotta do a plaque for you to read. Go.
Georgia Fisher died of typhoid pneumonia.
A lot of typhoids.
Yep, in 1875. Oh, 4 days before she was planned to get married to Martin Bergman. Shortly after her death, Martin and his brother created this monument on her gravesite Martin was a Swedish immigrant sculptor, constructed an ornately tile base. His father, John Bergman, had a statue of the angel Gabriel. His brother created an equally beautiful column. Together they built an ornamental clay pedestal fence around it. There's a lot of that missing.
A lot is missing.
Yep.
Damn van lights. Damn kids.
Her picture in repose. Oh, here's a picture of her in repose. Placed on the monument beneath the angel. They had a pottery company that opened in 1866, and it was known for its use of terracotta, made from local clays.
That's cool.
Bergman Bros preceded Sacramento pottery. So they were here before Sacramento pottery.
All right, cut. So you got a bunch of like Muslim or Indian names?
Indian grave.
Oh, I corrected if I said that wrong.
Yeah. Indian immigrants.
They did some stuff. They don't talk about in history books about these people.
Not enough.
But they don't have the years they live. They did the year they died, but don't say, well, I tribute. Wait, so Dan, want to end the video now? Got anything to say? Like and subscribe, thumbs up.
Definitely like and subscribe TWD channel.
00.
TWD 00 channel.
God damn me, I'm sure.
I'm a gosh darn amateur.
This is your first time doing this, so say nice things about it in the comments.
I had a really great time. Thanks for bringing me out here, James. That's all I really have to say.
Okay, so on this channel we do different things. We do baseball cards, commentaries, movie reviews, TV reviews. So every day we try to do different things for this channel. Thanks for watching and peace out.
Hey, we're out here at the old historic Sacramento graveyard. It was established in around 1849. There's a whole lot of cool stuff to find out here. We're gonna look into the grave of George King. We're gonna look into who these Hopkins people are. And who knows what else we'll find.
So I wonder that guy's related to John Quincy Adams, or maybe, or
there's a name John Brown. One of the most important names in America, but I don't think they have anything.
Okay. All right.
Hey folks, we're right here on the entrance of the old Sacramento historic graveyard. There's a street running right through here where I've heard there may be bodies even buried there. The graveyard used to go out a little bit further before the city came around. This place was founded around 1849. It's right by the old Sutter Fort. It's a Sacramento City historic landmark. A lot of people resting here, from pioneers to artists of our current day. This is the old section of the cemetery. There's a newer section on the other side. It's about 40 acres big. It's about 40 acres in total.
But they have more later on.
And they may add more later on.
New parts, yeah. People keep dying.
Yeah. Well, I wondered the whole time I've been here how many people are dead out here, and I've come up with the answer: all of them. Juan Sutter is John Sutter's youngest son. John Sutter was actually took all of his money and went back to Pennsylvania. He's buried back there. His son is buried here. His estate gave the land over for Sacramento. Like I said, a lot of doctors, a lot of artists buried here.
But that's his name is John, but Juan, they renamed it in Spanish, so it's actually Spanish. But it's actually his name is John, but for some reason they call him.
He died down in Acapulco.
Yeah. Ogopoka.
1921. Oh no, 1897, and then they brought his body and interred him
I'm pretty sure,
here.
I'm pretty sure some girl talked him into coming down there.
You bet. That's
It was like
you would go down there.
I don't know what their tender was like in those days. Their version of it.
Here's the truth about what's out here. Here lies history. You know, before this current pandemic, there was a cholera epidemic. We've had
Typhoid.
We've had flus named after all kinds of people from all over the world.
The GERD.
That guy across the street, the headstone maker, is in good business here. Anyway, James, this is fun stuff.
Yeah, also don't forget this placard here, memorial of the 17 doctors who died while caring for victims of the 1850 cholera disease.
Yep.
And their names right here.
Yep. This is back before we knew to wash our hands and wear masks.
Yeah.
Keep a safe distance off of people.
I mean, wipe your butt, get used.
You know, might as well wipe your hands after you've clawed in your butt.
Because there are things in there I don't want to talk about. But, okay.
Hey, we found this placard up by the entrance. Sacramento City Cemetery gives a lot of information. This cemetery was established in 1849. It started, what a growing city Sacramento is. It's one of the first. But unfortunately, due to the American and the Sacramento River, there's been a lot of flooding. So a lot of bodies have been displaced. So a lot of them have ended up here for their final interment. As I look around, I seem to see we're on a hill. I haven't noticed hills in Sacramento before, but this is a hill. It's basically a huge cross-section of immigrants. People who immigrated into California and made it what it is, starting with the gold rush. A lot of gamblers, a lot of religious people.
People trying to get a better life. You got a lot of people from China.
Yeah, babies died a lot more back then.
And we found a section of the Indian, actually, the real Indians.
We found a section of Punjab Indians from Punjabi, India.
They don't talk about in history books.
No, they don't tell you very much about. We need to remind ourselves that this whole thing is built on immigrants.
Mm-hmm.
And that there's nowhere for them to go because this is their home. And without them, we wouldn't be here. And I thank goodness that no one shut the door on my family before we got here.
I hate when people say that, go back home. Like, this is my home.
And to be honest, everyone in California came from somewhere else. Because I don't see any Native American people running around like they should be.
Okay, thank you.